Hello and welcome to round 6, game 2 of the Star City Games Invitational Qualifier here in Doncaster. We saw Sean take down game 1 with the army of schmoes against Jonathan Randle, and let's have a little talk about the old sideboard here. What's the strategy?
I think that Jonathan's probably going to bring in a bit more point removal just for Sean's creatures. We'll probably see Rest in Peace from Jonathan's sideboard as well. To deal with Sean's messengers, potentially Gravecrawler as well. So it's a potential card we could see brought in. I don't know how much life gain Jonathan's going to bring in. I think that he's mainly just going to be looking to try and get as smooth a draw as possible with his deck.
Certainly a nice start for Jonathan in that no 1-drop for Sean.
Yep, no 1-drop, and he's got his Ogre of Bolas in play on turn 2 there, so that's going to stifle any sort of real aggression.
And did he reveal a card there? Didn't see anything?
Didn't see anything, so it looks like Ogre's done what Ogre does and just bricks and put it to the bottom, and that's why Courtisaur is a better card. Knight of Infamy coming down there for Sean on turn 2. And let's just see what John's got lined up for in turn 3. My guess is land go, which is pretty much what this deck does.
Surprised to see the Augur turning sideways.
Well, he can't block the Knight of Infamy profitably anyway, so he probably figures that he'll just get a shot in with the Augur while he can.
So we've got no haste monsters in the 2 or 3 drops from Sean then?
Not that I'm particularly aware of.
Just
I mean, unless he goes Woodland Cemetery Dregmangler, which I don't think we're going to see, to say the truth. It's been a while, I think, since anyone played John Zombies in Standard, but you know, anything's possible. But I'm pretty sure we're just looking at straight up Rakdos aggro here, so I can't really see anything too frightening coming out of Sean this turn.
But he's got his triple black mana there by the look of things.
Yeah, which generally means messenger, and is it Staticaster coming in from John Randle, which is going to...
Would that have been in the sideboard?
Yes, Jonathan, I believe, has 4 Staticasters in his sideboard, so he is he's really going to town on these weenie decks post board, and Staticaster's pretty incredible, really. And Sean's getting rid of it the moment that he can there, but that Diagraph Ghoul he's going to put almost no pressure whatsoever on, and I think Jonathan's in an extremely commanding position here now.
So he's just looking to hit his 4th land really and get the Angels going.
Yep, Angels great here. I mean, Snapcaster Mage is good as well at this point. He's hit his 4th land, but it's coming to play tapped. He's just going to sit on that Augur for a bit. You see what Sean wants to do with it, if he wants to actually burn it or do something like that. Oh, Falconwrath Aristocrat's a pretty good one. It does resolve, he turns both his guys sideways. I think it just depends if Jonathan wants to actually do anything with regards to anything about the Aristocrat at this point. It looks like he does. It looks like it's going on top of Sean's library, and a net of 0 damage is done there. So Jonathan's just quietly assembling his board at this point, and that's Thought Scour, and he's doing it on Sean. So there goes the Falconwrath Aristocrat there. Nice little combo there from Jonathan. And there is a Snapcaster Mage in Jonathan's hand as well, so he's got plenty of gas here to try and keep Sean out of the game. You wouldn't mind seeing a Sphinx's Revelation at some point though here.
Well, he's got to feel pretty comfortable. I mean, Sean certainly can't damage him in the next 3 turns.
Unless he top decks a Thundermaw Hellkite or another Falconwrath, you can't see it, no. These are the situations that you really hate being in as sort of an aggro player when your opponent's on high life and just sitting there with untapped land looking back at you.
I was just about to say, was Jonathan breaking the rules there by having his hand under the table? He just went and put it down on the table there.
Yep. So 5th land coming into play on top, that's usually going to signify Thundermaw Hellkite, and here we go. course, Jonathan's not going to be that bothered with that Snapcaster in his hand.
Yeah. Just going to go back on top of his deck.
Yep.
Or maybe he'll put it back. He'll take. He could, if he wanted to, take the 5 and put it back on top at end of turn. Or something.
He could do, but
no.
It doesn't really matter. Sean can't cast anything else this turn anyway. Sean left his digraph Ghoul back there because there's not really much point in attacking with it. You can't represent damaging it, so it's just going to end up getting blocked anyway. In come both. So, allow the anemic beatdown to begin at this point, I believe. I can actually see Sean trading his digraph Ghoul off here if he... so that Ghoul's not going to get any damage in at this point.
Seems fine.
In fact, it looks like, yeah, that's what Sean's going to do.
He's only going to run into an angel if it tries to turn sideways.
Yeah, the only thing that you might consider doing is saving it for a potential morbid trigger later in the game. And he's going to Snapcaster Thought Scar, and there goes the Thundermaw Hellkite as well. So, in fact, there go 2 Thundermaw Hellkites. So, John really manipulating this game well, and
not so much well as luckily.
well, I mean, he did plan for the Falcon Wrath and the Thundermaw. He didn't plan for the second Thundermaw, but it's still fine. There's Messenger from Sean. And probably the one card that Control really doesn't want to see from Rakdos. I mean, it's like... that combined with Hellrider are basically what make Control really quiver at this point, because there's no real good way to deal with it unless John has Pillar of Flame.
John does have his own army of crap monsters to beat him up with.
Yeah, there's Staticaster, and down goes Knight of Infamy again. And in for 3 with the army of bad monsters. And there's Pillar of Flame as well. Jonathan just with all the answers at this point in this game.
Must be nice.
Well, this is something I kind of thought about the blue-white-red flash deck. It does just run very smoothly. It's just so smooth the way it goes through. It's like Hellrider from Sean putting Jonathan down to 14. And the Hellrider can actually race those 3 creatures in place, so... we'll see what John decides to do about that. More than likely drop a Restoration Angel in the way of it.
You'd think a Restoration Angel at this point on a Snapcaster would just end the game.
Or on an Augur, either would be fine. Jonathan picks up Pillar of Flame off this Augur, so not what it... well, Pillar of Flame's fine as well, because with the Staticaster that's going to be able to take care of the Hellrider, so... he was really looking for just a burn spell of some description off that. And here we go, he's going to Pillar the Hellrider and then finish it off with the Staticaster. And once again, the army of bad monsters is turning sideways for 3 more. It's very little more embarrassing than getting beaten down by an army of 1/3s.
But Jonathan's just looking at getting all of his value cards, and he's, he has been picking them up with the Snapcasters and the Augurs.
Yeah, the deck's just all about incremental card advantage. It just pulls ahead a little bit at a time up to the point where you just can't come back into the game.
So what do you actually think of Jonathan's deck choice here then compared to the straight 2 colour flash?
I think that the blue-white-red flash deck is better equipped to handle aggro decks. I think the blue-white flash deck might be a little bit better to handle sort of mid-rangey decks, but I honestly think that for the moment the blue-white-red flash deck would be where I'd want to be in the metagame, because I think that the metagame's heading more towards the aggro style deck. And is Jonathan just going to finish him off here? What's he going to do? Snapcaster Mage on Pillar of Flame. He is actually going to just straight up shock him out. And that's game 2. And so join us shortly for the 3rd and final game.